and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7-Figure Fashion Business Podcast,
where we talk about the fashion industry and how to get your fashion business to 7 figures.
From manufacturing strategies, cut and sew designers, to fashion hot topics and the latest fashion trends, I'm your host, Monica Monique.
And I'm your host, XYZ. And let's jump into today's episode.
Guys, I am Monica Monique.
I am XY.
Your XY?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then when I call you Z, what does that mean? Like, I'm just finishing the sentence? Like, okay. Like, you could be like, I am XY. And I'll be like, okay, Z. So like,
what's up, everybody? I'm XY.
Okay. You gave that to XY. I've never seen anybody call her that a day in my life, but, you know, what am I here for?
A lot of people call me that.
They call you XY?
Mm-hmm.
But you told me your nickname was Z.
Yeah.
Did you just mean, like, is Z short for XYZ? Or is it...
No, I guess it just came from my Instagram name. And then people just be like, XY. Instead of Z.
Because they don't know your real name. That's like if my Instagram name was like Blondie Barbie and people would be like, oh, hey, Blondie. And I just be like, oh, start calling me Blondie. No, that's the Instagram name. I don't know.
I like it.
You like XY? I think that's nice, but you told me to call you Z.
You can call me Z. I got all different names.
Well, I call you DeAsia most of the time.
Yeah. Everybody call me DeAsia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm growing out of...
Because that's your name.
Yeah, I'm growing out of...
Nicknames?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been a nickname person. I absolutely hate when people don't call me by my name. I literally hate it. I really hate it. Like, my name is Monica.
You do.
I tell people all the time. Like, people be like, oh, sweetheart, baby, honey. I'm like, my name is Monica. Or even if I say, like, introduce myself, like, oh, hi, I'm Monica. They be like, all right, Mo. No, my name is Monica. All right, Mon. Mo. Mo money. Bruh, my name is Monica. It's Monica. That's my name. Just call me Monica. And then, but the only thing I don't get annoyed with, people call me Monique. Because that's also my name, so.
Is that really your name?
It's my real name, yes. It's Monica Monique. So.
That's your middle name?
Yeah. But if people call me Monique by accident or on purpose, I don't mind that because I just feel like that's my name. Mm-hmm. But if you call me Mon or Mo or Moni or Mon,
don't your mom call you Moni?
My mom does call me Moni. And she's the only one who was allowed to. Or my sister. But, like, you can't be like, oh, your name is Monica. I'm going to call you. Absolutely not. Goodbye. Goodbye, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I don't like it. I don't know you. We're not familiar. Just call me Monica. In fact, call me Miss Monica.
Oh, God.
Like, I would like people to be very, very, like, to the point, like, professional. I know I just met you at Walmart, but you're going to treat me like a professional, okay? You're going to call me Miss Monica.
So nobody around you got nicknames either?
No, and I don't like calling people nicknames either. Like, it's a struggle for me to call Puda. Every time I say it, I struggle.
What's her... Oh, well, I was about to say, what's her name?
She has a real one. It's similar to, like, Monica. It's like a regular name, but she don't like being called her name.
Oh, so when she came in,
Yeah, and her teacher said it, too.
Oh, wow.
Because, you know, she was, and she started off as an intern. Yeah. So, like, me being respectful to her, I call her by her nickname. Yeah. But, like, to be respectful to me, call me by my real name. Call me by my real name. Like, calling me a nickname is disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard for me. Okay, so this might be weird. But, like, when I date a guy, it's hard for me to call them by their name.
Why?
I don't know.
So what do you call them?
I never say their name.
Like, do you say babe or bae or whatever, or you come up with a nickname for each person individually?
I'll be like bae.
So basically, you just don't know their names.
No, I know
it's so many of them that you just need to call them all
I know their names, but this has been like all my like relationships. Mm-hmm. This has been like all the relationships. I can't say their first name. I can't call them. I don't know why, but I can say it to you. Like, oh, I was with such and such. I can say
what? That's so weird.
I can say it to you
because I know all their names.
Oh, whoa.
Not as if there's more than one. I just mean like in general when you say
funny intro. This is
right.
But I'm a child of God.
You what?
I'm a child of God.
So we're turning around. Okay. We're turning this boat around. I usually call my boyfriends by their name.
Crap that out. Crap what I said out. No, I really can't. Like,
I enjoy people's names. Even when, no, I'm being so serious. Like, even when guys be like, oh, my name is like Ray. I'd be like, what did your mom name you? Oh, it's like Benjamin. I'm gonna call you Benjamin. But I like people real names. Like, yeah. I don't like when people, especially guys, like, I can't even think of anything because even if a guy came to me crazy with some type of a nickname trying to talk to me, I would end the conversation. Right. Like, oh, they call me More Money, More Problems. I'm like, okay, call me going because I'm out. There's no way I will continue this conversation. I don't know what to tell you.
No. Probably like last month. He said it. He was like, I don't think I ever heard you say my name.
Oh, really? Because you don't know it.
Yes, I do. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Do you think it stems from childhood? You know, everything they be like, oh, it's from your childhood problems. Do you call your dad?
I do. I just started. It was hard for me to call my dad when I was a child.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you don't like anybody's... What did you call him? His real name?
No, I had to call him dad, but I always was just too shy to, like, talk to him. So maybe I'm just shy.
But, like, how can you choose names to be shy with? Because that's, like...
I don't know. It's hard. Okay.
Are we going to talk about fashion?
Yes, we got to get into fashion.
Let's get into fashion. What is our topic today? Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Go ahead. Jump point in time. Short little story time. At one point in time during the pandemic, I definitely got sued for $2 million, which I didn't have, of course.
You got sued?
I got sued. You ain't know? Really? I did. And it was because I was using a fabric that had their print on it.
Oh, okay.
So my face mask had gotten really popular. Mm-hmm. For those of y'all who don't know, during the pandemic, because I am a seamstress, fashion designer, own a clothing store, have all these fabrics. I'm actually located on Fabric Row, so there's fabric stores surrounding me left and right. During the pandemic, I decided to, of course, switch gears to making face masks to keep my store afloat, and I got really popular. And online as well got really popular. And I'm assuming that the company saw my online.
That's decent.
Decent if you got $2 million to spare.
That they seen you.
I would have liked them to see me another way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so they definitely, I guess, found my brand or whatever. And but I was also doing a lot of donations at that time too. Like for every mask that I made, I would donate to. So if I got like 100 orders within a week, I would be donating 200 orders to hospitals, nurses, doctors, teachers, whatever. And that was honestly the only way I got out of the legal contract, is because like they're like, oh, send us all the money that you made from these sales. And I was just like, honestly, I didn't make any money because as you see on my website, for every one that I sold, I also donated too. Okay. So I was never really making money or profit off of the items because I was really heavy into donating to charity to give back to the community or the essential workers that were keeping everybody alive.
You had proof that you donated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So because of that, I was able to send their lawyers, their teams, that paperwork, and they were like, fine, we're not gonna hold you to this. And but they did request that you send the fabric back. And they also asked who did I get the fabric from because they wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you.
Yeah.
Did they
find out? I didn't tell them.
Okay.
I got it from a random guy.
Yep.
Random. But
that's all about it. I'm like, did they also get sued too?
But I'm sure that's what they were really looking for was who was the distributor of the fabric that is clearly their logo all over it. Because what the cease and desist and all that other stuff was, it was like, this is infringing across our trademark and our pattern and our logo and our everything. So that's what it really was about, probably the fabric that I made it out of. Yeah. And then realizing later down the line, I could have probably said I didn't make it out of fabric. I could have said I cut up a pair of jeans that I bought at a flea market, or I didn't use a fabric. I actually cut up an old dress that I got from a flea market or whatever. So that's what I was using as material. And that would have probably saved a little bit more time because they were really trying to get me to say where I got the fabric from.
Yeah.
Which,
So how did you
I got a lawyer.
Did they send it in the mail? It came to the store?
Yeah. It came to the store.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like police?
Like the mail. I checked the mail.
I thought you said they came to the store. You said it came to the store.
It came to the store. Yeah, a cease and desist letter, a lawsuit, contract, whatever, the lawyer paperwork. But I have a lawyer who I've used several times for random things in the past with different companies that I was an employee for.
That's crazy.
That'll have to be a story time for another
We're
time.
Probably gonna go through that so many more times. Being in the courtroom. So
what you mean? Why?
Like as your business grows?
Oh yeah.
Probably you gonna sue a lot. You gonna get sued.
Yeah,
That's sure. What comes with it.
That's what comes with it. Trademark infringement. Make sure y'all get y'all logos, y'all patterns, whatever is recognizable about your brand. Try to get that maybe trademarked or copyrighted, whatever you need to secure your business so that other brands can't steal your swag.
I wonder how they found out about it.
I'm sure the website, maybe online. Like there are people whose jobs is to check. And if you're hashtagging Burberry or Gucci or Fendi, if you're hashtagging those brands and check out this new dress I made, or this and that. But that's their job to find you and send you.
I was about to say, why would they even care? They rich. But at the same time, at the same time, it don't go with their brand. Like what they.
Right. Again, saturating the market. So it makes it look bad on them if more and more people and everybody walking down the street with, Louis Vuitton, Burberry, or Gucci headbands, scarves, purses, whatever. And if your mama, daddy, and cousin got it, then you're going to belittle what is supposed to be an exclusive brand. So they trying to sweep up. They are. But I do want to go into fashion stocks a little bit. So do you invest in stock?
No.
Do you invest in brands?
No. I might.
Do you buy brand items?
Yep.
Then you invest in brands. Just the wrong way.
Just the wrong way.
Because, if you're buying a Telfar bag for, how much do they go for?
$150.
$150, okay.
$150. And then, they That's another brand that gets resold.
Oh, really?
They sell out in 1 minute.
Really?
And people put it on StockX, all of that, and resell it for like $300, $400. Okay. But the bigger bags are like $200 and $300. Okay. So they're up there too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when you buy a product, you are investing in a brand. But another way to invest in a brand is definitely through stocks. And if you're into the stock market or want to own a part of the brand, but you can't necessarily afford a Birkin bag or a Louis Vuitton bag and all these things, you can invest in their company and own a portion of their company. So for me, because I'm not big into like purses or shoes, I kind of love the stock route. I think it's much smarter. I think you're building your money for the future for sure. It's like when you invest in even companies like Amazon or Apple, like why buy all these Apple products but not own a part of the Apple company?
Right.
You know? Mm-hmm. So like Louis Vuitton stock is called, the ticker sign is LVMH. A ticker sign is like how you find them when you type into the stock website. So let's say you're going on Robinhood or TD Ameritrade or wherever you want to invest your stocks. If you want to look up a certain company, you would type in, you can do it on Google as well. If you type in what is, Louis Vuitton stock ticker or stock symbol, then it will tell you what their stock is. So I definitely think like investing in their stock is better than investing in a bag. Because even though their bags technically go up over time, like appreciation or the value of it, I personally don't see that working. Because I feel like when people buy a bag and you see it in a vintage store, isn't usually getting sold for less than what the person bought it for?
Not no more.
Really?
Yes, everything is way higher.
Because of inflation or...
Yeah. No. Just...
So if you took your Gucci bag that you bought in 2006 to a vintage store to resell, you think that it's going to sell for more than what you bought it for?
Yes. Chanel bags. Mm-hmm. They're old bags. Mm-hmm. They are expensive.
If it's like there. vintage.
Yeah, they're up there.
I just feel like as soon as you take it off the lot, it depreciates in values. But maybe that's only cars.
This is fashion.
I know. But for me, I feel like investing in stocks is a better decision because it'll go up over time, over the years. If you're holding the stock for 5, 10, 15 years, something that you invested in for $100 is by the time you're 60, 70, 80, you're going to have, let's say, $2,000 off of that first $100 investment. So imagine if you invest $10K, then that's now $200K, Mm-hmm. The world's largest companies are, for fashion brands, for apparel brands, is number 1, Christian Dior, which is 31. Now, this was 2016 when this one came out, but the Christian Dior says $31.4 billion. Number 2 is Nike at $100.1 billion. Number 3 is Inditex, which is $103.2 billion. And number 4 under here is Chow Industries, which is $22 billion.
So, you know how some companies will be private? Mm-hmm. I'm surprised that they're not private.
That those companies are not private? Yeah. Well, LVMH, I don't know if you know, but it stands for Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy. So they also have the alcohol brands in their stock. Wow. So their stock name for Louis Vuitton is LVMH, and it stands for Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy. The largest clothing companies by market cap is LVMH. That's number 1. Their stock price is $613. So you can buy per share. That's how much it is. And I can definitely check this after I read this, but to see how much it is right now. Nike number 2 is $104 per stock. Dior is $594 per stock. And Inditex is $12.19 per stock. So if you know that Inditex is one of the largest grossing companies, over $1 billion, over $100 billion, it might be worth it to buy their stocks because their stock on the list is the cheapest. It's $12.19. So you could buy, let's say, $200 worth of their stock and watch that grow over the years and years.
What is a stock?
What is a stock? Yeah. So stocks it's like you said, companies that are private or public. Once your company goes public, you then are a public company. Basically, you get, that means like the public, America, whatever country you reside in, can buy into your company.
And then they use the money.
And yes, to fund their company.
And then they get it back. Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever they do their sales, they get the money back and give it to you.
What do you mean when they do their sales? Like if they sell the company?
No.
Then the stockholders could get a portion of that. What do you mean?
I'm talking about like whatever they use the money, that's the investment money on, and they sell the product finally, the money back.
No.
Mm-mm. So how are you getting money?
Your stock goes up over time. So something that you bought, if you take your money out, you get the money. So if the stock worth goes up from $12 to $50, you can then take your money out, and now you have a $40 difference. So now you're $40 richer. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if you get the money by taking out your money, or some stocks pay dividends, which is like a small percentage that you would get either quarterly or yearly just for holding the stock. So let's just say if you hold 100,000 of Nike stock and Nike pays a dividend of 5% quarterly, then you would get $5,000 quarterly in your bank account just for holding $100,000 worth of their stock. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different ways to make money off of stock. Number one, buying and selling. So if you bought it at 12 and sold it at 14, you made $2. Or holding, which is if you hold it for a really long time, due to inflation, everything goes up over time. So if it goes up from $12 to $40, then you make that $28 profit when you take it out. Another way is dividends, which are companies that pay a portion of a small percentage of their value to the shareholders quarterly or yearly. And the other way is if they sell the company to another company, then sometimes the shareholders will get money.
Okay.
Yeah. If you own some companies. So what do you think about stock? Have you ever thought about investing in stock? Or
some guy that I used to go with, he was into stocks. He used to watch YouTube on what stocks to invest in. It was during the pandemic. Yeah. And then I think he invested in Tesla, and he had $2,000.
Okay, so when he pulled his money out.
When he pulled his money out, yeah.
Okay.
He got $2,000. And then he gave me $1,000. That's all I know. That's all I remember.
Wait, he gave you money?
He gave me $1,000.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He got $2,000 from me. He gave me. But I feel like he didn't even know. He turned me off from stocks.
Why?
He didn't know what he was doing.
Nobody knows what they're doing until they start doing. That's how you learn.
He wasted so much money.
But that's how you learn.
But it was other stuff that he was supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like he should have waited a little bit, be more
I think failure is the best way to learn. You're never going to learn anything if you don't fail. Like, I don't know everything about stocks. I don't know a lot about stocks, but I know more than people who don't know nothing.
Did you put a lot of money in the stocks?
I probably so the first time I ever invested in stocks was around July of 2020. Mm-hmm. And that's because supposedly when things are down and people are fearful, that's when you should be greedy. So if the stock market is crashing, that's when you want to buy. Because everything is lower. Mm-hmm. The people who are mad that it's crashing already invested a whole bunch of money, and their money is going down because the value of the companies are going down. Mm-hmm. But that means the values of the companies are down, which means that you can invest for a lower price than what you could have if the value of the company was higher.
Yeah.
So if a stock goes from $100 to $20, it's bad for the person who invested at $100 because they just lost $80.
Right.
But if you invest at $20 and it goes back up to $100, you're going to get $80.
Right.
So that's when I started investing, was in July of 2020. And now that the stock market is down again, I'm going to be putting in money again. Mm-hmm. Because that, to me, okay, cool. Everything's on clearance sale. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put in my money now while everything is low. Mm-hmm. So when it goes up, I'll reap the benefit.
Okay.
But yeah. So what do you want to say to the people?
Let us study stocks more.
Definitely. My personal advice is the advice that somebody gave me, which is while stock markets are down, you should be investing. Mm-hmm. If the company is lower, that means when it goes back up to the price it was, you'll reap the benefit. When everybody else is fearful, you should be greedy.
Don't buy a bag, buy the stock.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. All right, you guys, thanks for listening to this week's episode. And by the way, I am not a financial advisor, so definitely take your own financial advisor's advice over mine. And by the way, that story is allegedly, okay? Allegedly. However many times you need me to say it, just do not sue me again, okay? Allegedly. We want to thank you guys for listening to this week's episode. And if you love us, then leave us a 5-star review so we can continue making more episodes for you. Bye.